to this Urban Tango Night recap for our classes on the 21st and 24th of October. So on the 21st we were looking at Boleos, and we also did a lift, which was a surprise because
you were lifted.
I was being lifted by Tara, which basically just shows that if you have good technique,
using momentum.
Well, if it's good technique, you can lift people who are much heavier than you. And also, if you have good technique, tango becomes easy, which is why most people struggle with tango. So, if you want to improve your technique, have a private lesson with us. If you want to improve your repertoire, have a private lesson with us. If you're struggling with something with tango because it's a sort of a body you can't actually physically do something, come and have a private lesson and we work a way around that. So, definitely worth having a private lesson with us. And after our private lessons, you will actually improve. So, back to Monday's class, Boleos. So we started off with a back circular Boleo, and we taught two ways of leading it. We started off with a side step to the left, we pivoted the follower backwards, and then we lifted the chest, which, because the foot is following the chest, the foot comes up. I can then lead her back down, and then out. So I can do this at quick, or I can do it slow, and the follower has the choice of how to follow it. The second way we led this back circular Boleo is via more of a rebound of the chest. So what I'm doing with my chest here is going to step, twist, and bring it back. I don't need to do the step, but just to get the follower onto her right foot, that's how we did it in the class. I'm going to step to the side, pivot the follower, and then rebound the chest back, which causes the follower foot to do this rotation, keep going because that's where the momentum's taking her, and then she's going to whip it back in the Boleo action. If I do a little bit of chest raise with that, like in the first one, we get our standard Boleo. So some people say Boleos aren't safe to do. This one is safe to do. Again, it's lack of knowledge of technique if you are saying this is unsafe, because the follower's foot actually just travels under the embrace. It's in your actual volume you're taking up. So it ends up under the arm, which, unless you've got somebody who's doing this next to you, is safe. Then we did one which you have to be a little more careful about, because this is a linear Boleo, so it takes up more volume. And the leg kick is outside the initial volume of the embrace. So this one we start off in the same way. We step into the side, but as I pivot my follower back, I'm going to step around her. So instead of just using my chest in isolation, I'm using my whole body to come around. And I'm going to lunge down to my right leg, and my chest goes up to stay with the partner, which means the leg comes up, and you can see that this takes a much bigger space. So a really good one for kicking those people that you don't like on the floor. So from here, we took this into show you what a linear Boleo is like. So from our back behind, if I move my chest to face this direction, follower kicks in front. So she isn't sticking it to get out and do some sort of flexed foot. There's a nice curve to the leg and a point in the foot. So we can go from back circular or back linear to forward linear. And we did the lift, which Tara demoed with me, and I ended up being the one being lifted.
Why not?
Why not? There's equal opportunities in these classes because we are actually inclusive. So, do you want to do the lift?
Yes, fine.
So this is a center lift. We teach a safe way of doing this. We never tell leaders when doing lifts to hoik their follower. If you can't do it with a follower who's, considered heavy compared to you, your technique is not good enough. You shouldn't just be hoiking little or smaller people into positions just because
you can.
Yeah. So from our linear Boleo, if I twist my chest to the side, it takes her into a pianassa. Notice I've centered my legs, so I could make this more static, or I could do it more safely. I'm going to choose to do it safely because this is for a social context. So I'm going to bring her around so her leg comes onto me. If I keep my chest twisted to the side, then the weight transfers through onto my leg, which is basically what you do with the cross. She can then take the other leg up and over, and we can rebound it back. And she comes out, and there's a safe sedenta. Right, now on to Thursday's class. Of course, spit coming out there. Sorry about that. Yeah. Don't know if the camera's picked up to pick that up.
I don't think so.
Anyway, in Thursday's class, this is week 5 of our
Beginners
class.
course.
We were going to teach Malonga, then we decided to change our minds. So Malonga will now be next week.
It's usually the last week.
It was usually last week. So we use this one to actually recap a bit of what we've taught previously. So we decided to cap a little bit about the outside, really work on the technique of projection. So we still see a lot
of chest isolation.
a lot of chest isolation. So we still see a lot of people, especially followers, who are going to classes that specialise in walking, who have got really bad technique. So we really worked on getting that turn out in the foot, projecting the foot backwards, sliding the foot on the floor. If you lift the foot up, that's how far your foot will go back. If you slide the foot, you can go a bit point, and then if the leader pushes you more, you can slide it further. You can get a bigger step, be more balanced with it. We talked about then for the leaders being able to have that confidence to step straight through your follower. And it doesn't matter if you come outside, we're isolating the chest to make sure that the embrace all moves. So the arms move with the chest. That was the key takeaway from here, because this amplifies the movement of the chest. You don't want to have little hunched in arms or anything like this, because this is uncomfortable, it will cause you injury.
And especially on the close side, both parties, allowing this arm to move.
Yeah.
See a lot of followers trying to keep it in one position the whole time, allow it to move.
You also see a lot of followers do this weird thing where they try to hook their arm over and down, which but also hook the wrist down as well. This puts a lot of strain on the shoulder. There was a pandemic in Cardiff, people doing this a few years ago, and it's really bad technique. It really limits your dancing, and it also throws your head off angle. It's really, really bad. So because we've got this nice flow through the embrace now, and being able to adjust it, we can then take it into the forward option. That's you. And also making sure you really arch the foot and get this chest so your feet are together when pivoting. So anyway, those were the classes. One more week on our 6-week beginner course, and then we just return to normal classes on Thursday. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in another class very soon. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights recap. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the logo. You can find more of our class summaries down here and other videos of us dancing tango over here. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Meetup. Links are in the description below, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter using the link below.